Let me tell you something about most guys' chest. Literally flat. And it's not because they don't train. It's because they train the wrong part. They literally bench press their entire life and then wonder why the upper chest look like they just give up. I've been training for 7 years. I wake up at 4:30 a.m., go to gym at 5 a.m., and I live in China. Today, I did 3 exercises, and after each one, I'm gonna break it down to you what goes wrong and what actually works. So, upper chest, unlocked, let's go. Here's what's happening in the gyms right now, everywhere you go. Guys, they just walk into the gym. The first thing they do is just go to the flat bench press. And then right after they go to the flat bench press, what they do is they add a lot of weight, more than they should. And then what they do is they bounce it off the chest so much. And guess what? They train exactly like this for years. And his upper chest, nothing. Completely flat. Bruh, just like a goddamn table. Just like a table. The funny thing is, I used to be that guy too. Then, actually, what happened is I figured the cause and the effect. What you directly determines what you build. Most guys right now are doing the wrong things for the wrong reasons. First, incline bench press. The exercise that the flat bench wishes it was. The incline angle literally shifts everything to your upper chest. The part that actually gives you the full rounded chest, you know? The part also where it fills out the entire shirt when you wear a t-shirt or a shirt or something like that, right? And also the part when people actually notice that you have been working out. Most of the people right now are literally, they're just pushing the weight up and with their ego, not with their upper chest. I press with intentions every single rep. I drive my chest up and in, not just pushing the weight, actually squeezing the muscle. So let me explain to you the cause and the effect of this. All right, so the first thing is going to be incline bench press. What actually works? Because I put a comparison right here, what usually most of the people do, and also what actually works. So let's hop into the first point. Most of the time, people usually they load too heavy weight in there, and also they try to ego lift. What actually works is that you need to put moderate weight so that you can have like a full control of your weight. Number two, what a lot of people do is that press straight up and they lock out. Please don't try to do that. Why? Number one, you're gonna hurt your elbows and your shoulders are gonna take most of the weight. What you actually need to do is that drive up and in and squeeze at the top so your chest can feel the burn. Number three, what they do is they usually bounce at the bottom. And to be fair, even I do this. And actually, I also did this a few times recently. And I know I need to correct my mistake because this is really a bad thing to do. What you can do is you can try your best to slow descent. Try to take it when you're going down, the bar going down, you can put like 2 to 3 seconds, like take it slow and take your time. Don't rush through it. Number four, what mistake they usually do is that the angle is too steep because when the angle is too steep, what actually happening is that you're actually doing like shoulder press. You get all the weight on your shoulders and your shoulder starts to hurt during like the mid workout. So what you need to do is try to do like 30 to 45-degree angle because your upper chest takes most of the load, not your shoulders. So once you improve those actually things, the effect will be that you'll have control on the descent and squeeze at the top. Now let's move on to incline double press. Same exact angle, but it's completely different game. Over here, the crazy part is that each arms works independently, so there's nowhere to hide. But the real secret is pay attention. I'm gonna show you guys up in the video here. The thing is, whenever you go on the top, right, instead of just pressing straight up, try to bend your arms, like turn your arms a little bit 45 degrees angle like this. And then try to go inwards. So when you push up, try to keep your arms a little bit inwards and then push up. You're gonna feel extra tension on your upper chest. Basically, how I try to do this is like I'm trying to close a door in front of me. That little bit of inwards rotation, when you make it, that puts so much extra tension on your upper chest instead of your shoulders or your triceps, because most of the time if you're doing it wrong, your triceps and your shoulders are taking most of your load. And you're welcome. Now let me explain the cause and effect, what people do at the gym and what people should actually do. All right, for incline dumbbell press, what actually works is that let's see what people do and also what actually works. So number one, what most of the people do is that they usually press up straight and they do the full lock. What you actually need to do is bring hands inwards at the top. That actually really helps and it affects, you can usually feel the tension on your upper chest. Next, the mistake they do is that rush through the rep. Try not to rush through the rep. What you actually need to do is squeeze and hold 1 second at the peak. You really need to hold at the top. It really helps. Or in or when you're at the bottom. Next mistake they make is that dumbbells drift apart at top, and that is not a good thing. What you can do is control the path and try to pretend like you're closing a door. That's the best thing. Number four mistake they make is that strong side covers for weak side. They always do that. They try to push that. So what you need to do is check each arm, and there's no cheating allowed. Try to balance both of the arms so you don't rush through your workout. Last exercise that I did was the cable crossovers for my upper chest, and I'm going to show you guys in the video right now how it works. Before you guys say anything, yes, the cable should be below your shoulder level. Try your best to keep it below your shoulder level, not exact same height or above your shoulder. No, when you're doing above your shoulder, you're working your lower chest or the mid chest. So what you try to do is keep it below your shoulder. Your aim should be you're pulling close to each other and crossing your arms over. You need to cross your arms over and then squeeze at the top so you can feel the tension here. And don't try to put your arms all the way straight, keep it a little bit bent so when you squeeze, you can feel the extra tension on your upper chest. Why I'm saying keep your cables a little bit under your shoulder, because the thing is, most of the people who try to usually do the crossovers on the cable, they try to keep the cables literally high. And when you keep your cables way too high, what happens is that you're working your lower chest, not your upper chest. And why I also prefer working with like cables is because they give you constant tension on your upper chest, and it's also a really great stretch. After doing like the incline bench press, incline dumbbell press, I'm telling you, this workout for the cable crossovers is like a burner. Your chest is on fire, and by the time you finish the sets, your chest is gonna have like such an amazing pump, and also the next day, I guarantee you're gonna be sore. So now I'm gonna explain to you the cause and effects for the cable crossovers. All right, this one is cable crossover upper chest, and let's see what actually works. So for this one is usually that what most people do and what actually works. So a lot of people usually they put the cables way too high and they pull downwards. So what you need to do is try to keep your cables low and pull upwards and across. That's the thing you need to do. My recommendation will be try to keep your cables right little bit underneath your shoulder so you have like a perfect contraction on your upper chest. Next, don't swing arms with momentum. That's what a lot of people do that. They make that's like one of the biggest mistakes I always see in every single workout. They just try to swing or lift and they keep moving. They have too much momentum. So what you can do is slow, controlled arc every rep. So try to pull the weight with your chest instead of your arms. Next is that the mistake they usually make is that no squeeze, just touch hands. What you need to do is when you're touching your hands together, or you need to cross them over and try to squeeze your upper chest. You believe me, you will feel the burn, because I have been doing this for a while. So squeeze and hold for at least 1 second so you can feel the burn on your upper chest. The next mistake is that they try to go so heavy and they lose the form completely. And try not to do that. There's a lot of guys who do that, bro. So what you can do is stick to lightweight, and constant tension always wins. Remember that. So you don't need to rush through like each set. Take your time and be consistent with that weight. And then once you are very good at it, once you have achieved that, you can do like 12 reps with that weight. Then slowly progress your weight. Don't just try to go heavy at the first time. Don't try to do that. 3 exercises, 3 cause and effects breakdowns. Incline bench, control the descent, and also push your chest up and in. Incline dumbbells, basically inward rotation. When you're up, make sure when you're pushing up, your hands are inward rotation. Cable crossovers, try to keep your cables under your shoulders, and also go all the way in and squeeze so you can feel the extra burn. Bruh, there's no secret formula. There's no supplements. There's no magic. It's very basic. Just try your best to do the right movements. Do that the right way, and then you're going to see the effect in your body, how everything changes. And it's very simple. Try to be consistent at the gym. Don't just go for a certain time and then give up and then relax. Don't do that. Just be consistent and be true to yourself. Most people are basically just deciding when to start. If you're already at the gym, you're already ahead of like 70% of the people in front of you, bro. Now you literally know what I know and what I work out for my upper chest. Yeah, of course, there are more exercises. As if you have been following along my journey, you see every time I try to do a different set and different exercise to show you guys, walk you through, and try to show you every single part of my life. And yeah, that's about it. What you need to do is go train. Like I always say in all my videos, build your body so it reflects your discipline. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.